Hi, so my name is Andrew Greenberg. I'm the Executive Director of the Georgia Game Developers Conference. We put on the Southern Interactive Entertainment and Game Expo. There is a Columbus State University GGDA chapter, as well as a Middle Georgia GGDA chapter. We bring in the speakers, we bring in support, but this is an effort of local game developers to bring into reality.
So as a indie game developer who found success, what advice do you have for the community of people trying to make games and break into the industry?
Man, wow.
I know it's a big question, but I mean, if you could narrow it.
Well, I'll say this. I don't usually like to give a lot of advice because I feel like whatever worked for me may not work for you. I just think if you have a passion for this and you really have a game idea that you want to make, I try to make it. I think that's the thing. If you can't make the game that you have in mind, try to start small. Maybe just take like one aspect of the game that you're looking to make. If you want to make a Pokemon game, like a monster collection game, just pick one mechanic from there and try to make a little game around that and see where that takes you.
I'll sound like the old curmudgeon, but one thing the younger generation hasn't learned to do is just the 10 what you called soft skills of things like being on time, showing up, being motivated. So, if you act like it's a chore to have you be there, nobody's going to want to work with you, you're not going to learn things or whatever. And there's a bunch of skills, just again, showing up on time. You tell somebody you're going to be there, be there. And again, then use your time wisely.
Yeah, communication is critical for any aspect of game development. Almost all of these are done in teams, so our next presentation will be about going the solo route. But everybody else here works in teams. You have to be able to communicate effectively. Patience was brought up as well. And that willingness to dig into the technology. Testers, in game development, you are compartmentalized. You're a designer, you're an artist, you do your separate thing, but QA has to handle every aspect of it. So you have to be willing to understand art, to understand programs, understand design, in order to really give valuable feedback.
Hey, I'm Ashton Johnson here with the Uproar, and we're interviewing Nathan, talking to them about their game, Spotlight Showdown, the Oni and the Tengu. You want to start by telling me about yourself?
Yes, my name's Nathan. I'm a student at GSU. We participated in the Global Game Jam. We won Best Overall, so that's what this game is here.
What inspired you to make Spotlight Showdown?
Okay, so it was like a collaborative effort where we got into the call like, okay, the theme is masks. What do we do for that? And then everyone pitched in ideas, and we came to a fighting rhythm game based on like kabuki theater and also Japanese theater in general. So it was a very, very weird collection of ideas that we brought together.
So over the course of developing this game, what do you feel like helped you grow the most as a developer?
In terms of growing, I brought together everyone I really loved working with before. So it was a matter of like bringing everyone together and making sure we're on the same page and having like kind of a cohesive vision of how to do it in 2 days. And since then, continuing development and on a larger scale for a larger period of time. So we've been working on it for like the last month. Probably the biggest thing.
We are here with Chandler, lead programmer for Spotlight Showdown. Chandler, do you mind telling me about yourself as lead programmer?
Yeah, lead programmer, as y'all know, for Spotlight Showdown. There's a game that we made for the Global Game Jam, 48 hours, and won Best Overall at Georgia State. And we're competing for Best in Georgia.
Do you have a vision for taking this past Best of Georgia?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about the specific vision for it, but some ideas, depending on timeline, adding other characters. Like we have a Lucha Libre character, potentially in the works. But it really depends on where we fall on what the gameplay should be. Again, we've been doing a lot of prototyping, like how much rhythm should be in this game, how much fighting. I think we're leaning towards more fighting game with like rhythm elements. So it really depends on like where we don't have like a set vision, but we do have like a vision to like keep going, probably.
I hope I see y'all at Siege.
We have a booth at Siege. next week.
That's the Siege one?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we'll
that's
be at Siege.
yeah, it's a sci-fi expo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll be
yeah.
there.
We are signed up to go and booth there, and we will be showcasing more of our game again. So, yeah.
It is an art. Yeah, it is an art. It is also a science at the same time. Yeah, it's very strange, but I really enjoy it. I think it's easy to get burned out too if you overdo it, because thinking about like trying to develop a big game can be a little bit psychologically daunting. So like just bite off small pieces. That's always been my philosophy, is like take a big project, break it up into a lot of small parts, and then work on the small parts, and then eventually you can bring it all back together at the end.